Yes guys, right, so today we're going to talk about your glute max. So your glute max is the biggest muscle group in those glutes, and its main job is to control this hip extension. So that's where we're going to get the most power from your glute max. So we're in this toe-off position when you're running, when your hip is fully extended. Now a lot of runners tend to be a little bit tight through the quads and hips, and if that's the case, then they can't get that full hip extension, which means they're not going to be getting the maximum use of that glute, okay? So I'm going to show you some great exercises you can do to strengthen that glute, make it more powerful and give you a more powerful stride. So the first exercise is a hip thrust. I want you to have your back and mid-shoulder blades resting on a bench or a bed, whatever you've got available. Feet about hip width apart with the knees pretty much stacked up over your ankles. From there, I want you to drive through your heels, pushing those hips up into full extension, squeeze the glutes at the top, pause, and then take it back down. Keeping that chin tucked and looking at your knees the whole time. This will help you get that pelvis tucked at the top, so you want a slight posterior tilt of your pelvis at the top and really squeeze those glutes, pause, and back down. There's ways you can advance this. You can add a resistance band around your knees if you want to hit your glute medius and glute mins a little bit more as well, and keep those knees apart. Or if you've got a barbell or dumbbells or anything you can add as a bit of load, you can add that load to this movement and just do exactly the same thing. So next exercise is going to be a single leg deadlift. I've got a kettlebell I'm going to be using here. I'm going to have the kettlebell in my left hand and I'm standing just on my right leg. Slight flex in the knee, but we're not going to change that knee bend anymore. From there, push the hips back, so we're hinging the hips as we go down, keeping the back nice and straight. Then drive through your heel, come all the way up, squeeze your glute at the top, try and posteriorly tuck that pelvis again. From there, hips go back again, nice and slow, controlled on the way down, and then driving up through that heel, again squeeze at the top as we get into that hip extension, fully upright standing position. It's going to work that glute, it's also going to work that hamstring. So next up is a Bulgarian split squat. It's going to work multiple muscle groups, but I'm going to show you how you can really hit that glute with this exercise. So back leg on a bench or anything you've got there, nice wide stance, make sure your knee is over your ankle on the front foot. From there, we're just going to hinge forward from the hips, keeping the back straight, but now I'm really loading up this front leg. Bend the back knee as deep as you can, keeping that body slightly tilted forward from the hips. You should feel that into those glutes, then drive up through the heels, squeeze at the top. Again, control back down, keeping the body slightly leant forward, but the spine nice and neutral. And again, drive up through that heel, squeeze at the top. Nice and slow and controlled as we do these reps. So there's 3 great exercises that you can do to target that glute max. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm going to be releasing a lot more content about strength training for runners, so give my channel a subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.